issue with that, take it up with the boss. Your role in it, that didn't affect me. That's between you and God, and you'll have to sort that out. And you've taken tremendous steps in sorting that out by your doing anything and everything to save Binyamin, to not repeat the same mistake that you made. But again, that's not for me to deal with. How often does someone cause us pain and we can't look at that person, we're furious with that person? Yosef teaches us, if I went through the pain that I went through, I was meant to go through the pain. If I have an issue with going through that pain, talk to the boss. The role that that person played, that's between them and God. The Chavetz Chaim gives a great mashal, a great parable. I walk into the room, right, and I say, any of you go by the name, let's get a name that goes from male or female. Anybody here by the name of Toby? Are you Toby? 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 Toby?
No Toby.
Why aren't you Toby? I'm looking for Toby. Why aren't you Toby? Right? That's ridiculous. Either you are or you aren't. If you're not Toby, then it's not, why aren't you Toby? You're not Toby. Get on with it. Look elsewhere. Sometimes you expect someone is going to do something for you, and they don't do it for you, and you're furious. They're not Toby. Meaning, it's not going to come through them. If you're supposed to get it, you're going to get it. If you're not supposed to get it, you're not going to get it. They're not the person through whom it's going to come. Why aren't they Toby? They're not Toby. Now, just one thing I want to add. That's beautiful, beautiful. So here we have Yehuda giving it all up for Binyamin. What did Binyamin do back for Yehuda? How did Binyamin repay Yehuda? So Rabbi David Foreman points out something that is so beautiful. Who was the first king of Israel?
David.
The first king of Israel before David? Shaul. What tribe was Shaul from? Binyamin. Who was Shaul's son? Yehonatan. Jonathan. Who was supposed to become the king? Shaul's son. Yehonatan. What happens? Who becomes the king? David. David. Who is he the descendant of? Yehuda. So whereas over here Yehuda gave up his position and recognized that, Binyamin, you will supersede me, so too Binyamin gives up his position to Yehuda. Yehonatan gives up his position. Actually, there's actually a pasuk over there that he gave Yosef a cloak. He gave David a cloak of all things. What does that sound like? He gave David a cloak. Right? That's almost giving back. Right? Giving back that cloak. Unbelievable. So sometimes it takes generations to generations. But every good thing that we do, right, the seeds are planted and they flower. Let's just see one other line over here. So Yosef goes through the whole thing and go back to my father. It wasn't you that sent me here, page 254. Go back to my father and tell him God has appointed me a master over Egypt. Right, come down to me. Right, he gives that whole law and tell my father. Right, and then, right, verse 14, 255. Then he fell upon his brother Binyamin's neck and wept, and Binyamin wept upon his neck. He then kissed all his brothers and wept upon them. Afterwards, his brothers conversed with him. V'acharei came dibru echav ito. Afterwards, his brothers spoke with him. What does that sound like? Remember back on 198? Right? What do we say over there? The father made for him a coat. The brothers saw that the father loved him. V'lo yachlu dabro l'shalom. What do we say over there? They cannot speak to him in peace. Where are we at now? What does it say? V'acharechein. After all of this, what do we have? Dibru echav ito. Right? The brothers spoke with him. What did they say? Doesn't matter. Right? We've come full circle from lo yachlo dabro l'shalom to v'acharechein dibru echav ito. They spoke with him. All of this was meant to bring about this reunion of the brothers, to repair all the damage that had been done. And this reunion, as we saw, reverberates through time. And that was Yehonatan and David. And when David was king, and then Shlomo was king, and then Rechavam was king, and the kingdom split into two, right? 10 tribes and 2 tribes. Who were the 2 tribes? Yehuda and Binyamin. So this repair that we need to go through, all this treacherous parshiot, scandalous parshiot, that is what brought about the repair that reverberates through all time. We'll call it over here, my friends.
I wanted just to say,
yes.
Someone whom I know, not a close friend, there was a divorce. He got divorced, and he married another woman with a child, and he had a child. Children were already teenagers, something like that. And I remember we were sitting, and she said, the new wife, she said that I don't promise to love whatever his name is, child, as much as I love my son, but I promise to take as good care of him as I took care of him.
Yeah, that's it. You can't be expected to love.
And I thought at that time, how wise.
Yeah, 100%. I'm with her on that.
She was honest and she was forward.
I lived it.
Yeah,
I lived it.
she did.
100%. 100%. But not to treat them any differently and not to care for them any differently. 100%.
So today the only 2 tribes that we know of are Binyamin and Yehuda.
Yeah. Besides the other lost tribes. Yeah. Okay, I got to run to a meeting.
Thank you so
Shkoyach,
much,
everybody.
Rabbi. Oh my God.
Amazing parsha.